What's going on, everybody? We have a Cup of Nations battle here between Wolf of Ichkeria, who's playing as Epirus, and Bobi, who is Massilia. So let's get right into it. Let's see the two builds. Elephant we brought, that should be let's see, a very different Epirus army from other players have brought so far in the tournament, so let's see how it works out. Let's look at the Massilian build of Bobi. We have 2 Epirus Lancers, 3 Massilian Cav, looks like 4 Massilian Hoplites, the general's there as well. Looks like 2 Celtic Warriors, 3 Axe Warriors, and 2 Massilian Thurio Spears, and 4 Celtic Slingers there. I'll wait a second to look at the Epirus army. I can quickly say, I like the idea of bringing the Axe Warriors. They'll be really good against the high armor of either the Sam Knights or the Hoplites that Epirus is basically guaranteed to bring. And 4 Slingers is a nice force there. Celtic Slingers are complete shit, but they'll still be good in numbers. They can really focus down enemy targets. Massilian Cav will be good in melee combat, but really weak against charges because they're low armor. And then Epirus Lancers, pretty good unit there. Add some flexibility to the force, and then Celtic Warriors on the flank should be good against the Italian swords if they can get the charge. Anyway, the Epirus build here, we can see 2 Tarentine Cav on the flanks there. Main line of a lot of hoplites, but it's Etruscan, so 3 Etruscans and 3 hoplites. We have on the flank an Italian swordsman with 1 chevron, and on this flank 2 Italian swordsmen with 1 chevron each. We have 2 Thessalian, 3 Thessalian Cav, and a Hellenic Royal Cav general, and crucially this elephant here, the mercenary Indian war elephant. But crucially, there's no skirmishers on the side of Epirus, so right from the get-go, we can already see a couple of issues for Epirus, in that these Thurio Spears are going to be a direct counter to these elephants, and all these slingers are going to be able to do a lot of damage to these shock cav. So Ichkeria is going to find a couple of ways to deal with that. Meanwhile, on the flank here, we can see these Tarentine cav skirmishing with these Celtic warriors. Now, since the Levy Freemen cannot use javelins, using the Celtic warriors and their javelins as meat shields is kind of a similar way of doing that, but Celtic warriors are much more valuable than Levy Free, so losing Celtic warriors, so this is not good. And every time he chases, as soon as he turns back, he'll get shot in the rear, so he should just stay put there. So the infantry fight is going to be interesting because there's 4 Massilian hoplites, and they're much better than either of these hoplites. However, there are more enemy hoplites. But these Axe Warriors could be crucial in helping the Massilian hoplites out and beating these Axe Warriors, these hoplites on the other side, on the Epirus side. Because if the Axe Warriors can hold the hoplites, and they will for a long time, and do a lot of damage with their armor-piercing axes, the Massilian hoplites can cut through the other hoplites, and that'll help win the fight. Meanwhile, the Celtic Warriors should be an interesting fight for these Italian swords. They do have a chevron, and that should help, but there is 3 against 2, so that could be interesting. And if the charge of the Celtics are blocked, the Italian swords will have a field day just chopping through the Celtic warriors. So just looking casualties already lost here for these Celtic warriors. 10 men, and as soon as they chase, as soon as they turn around, Ichkeria will just shoot them in the back. So that's a good play, and you can see the same thing happening over here, except they haven't lost anything yet. I think these Tarentines just got into contact. So I think the infantry fight should go in favor of Massilia, but the elephant will be crucial in turning that around, because the elephants will be able to do massive damage to all of these guys. Even these hoplites are no match for an elephant in full form. Meanwhile, the Cav fight is also interesting. These Tarentines could help turn the favor into Epirus' favor. I think the cavalry battle should be won by Epirus. Thessalians are a good match for the Epirus Lancers. Like, Epirus will win, but it's not cost effective, and they will utterly smash the Massilian Cav, so he has to worry about that, does Bobi. And also this Hellenic Royal Cav will be the best Cav unit on the field, and could really cause massive issues if not dealt with properly. You can see here, he's just hiding his Celtics behind his Massilians, that's fine. It's an interesting strategy, actually, I like it. But now he's going to move over to the left. Should be fine as well because it's the shielded side. Wouldn't be too worried about this. But I mean, these guys have done 10 and, well, I guess 0 on this guy. But 10 casualties to the Celtics is fine for it, but I don't know how much ammo is used. That's pretty crucial. Here these guys just firing in, got some 3 kills on play all Celtics, yeah. So that's fine, and now he's pushing up. Yeah, another factor is these slingers, of course, and they're gonna have free reign. They can do whatever they want, pretty much. And I think the best target would be to focus the general, because slinger fire against the elephants is not gonna be too effective, unless it's like really prolonged, and he might as well use his Massilian Thoreo spears to do the elephant killing work. I'm just gonna focus this hoplite because these cav will run away. I think it's a waste of ammo, I'd say, but if they let him prolong, like what he should do here is shoot across, like shoot at this guy. That way he's shooting at the right side of them, and all of the slingers are hitting the flank, so it's the most optimal firing one. Like shooting at this hoplite is not gonna get anything done. Now he doesn't want to get shot, so he's gonna rush forward. In the end, Epirus will have to rush because they don't have missiles of their own. What are these guys? Tarantine Cav, still harassing the back lines. And now that the rush is on, they're going to be super effective in just targeting some of these expensive units and just getting a couple of kills here and there. These Tarantines just run forward. I like how he positioned the Thoreo spears way behind his lines, so that if he's going to charge forward, if the Epirite units charge forward, they won't be able to touch these guys here, and they'll be able to rain death on the cavalry and elephants when the time is right. So he's going to have to find a way to neutralize that. Now, it's interesting that there's like no real units in the center of his line. That's changed because he's moved his Massilian hoplites to the flanks. Now the only units left in the middle are these 3 axe warriors, and I don't think that should be the case. I think it should be the Massilian hoplite line should be in the center and backed up by axe warriors on the flank. But we'll see how that works. Oh, smash the Celtic warrior here. This Massilian did 40 kills right off the bat. We'll rout. So that's a huge issue because now there's 3 Italian swords on 1 Celtic warrior on the flank. On this flank, these Italian swords are free. This Sicilian charge was not really optimal. Will block the charge, but now Epirus come in. Could do a little damage, but I really don't know why you gotta commit these Italian swords. Flank charge comes in here from the Massilian Cav, and it'll kind of block this Etruscan hoplite charge. But I don't think this fight is optimal because these Massilian hoplites will still smash these Italian swords. And meanwhile, look at there's like 8 units on the flank here versus just 3, and these axe warriors. So this fight is really favorable because the more units these Massilian hoplites can kill for free, and this basically is free, will be the best situation. And now, however, the problem here is there's like 5 units of cav here, and there's like only these 2 Thoreo spears, and these Thoreo spears need to be targeting the elephants. Now this charge is really nice onto this Epirus Lancer, or from this Epirus Lancer onto this Thessalian Cav, because if he commits this general here, oh, you should have just fired like 2 volleys of javelins in there. But I guess he's worried about the elephants. Tarantines come in, just kill 1 slinger, not worth it really. Massilian Cav will have a really fun day killing these Tarantine Cav. That's an optimal situation. Axe Warriors charge in here. 2 against 1, that's not really optimal. He'll pull 1 out though, smartly. And he needs having closer support. These Sicilians got a free charge. Now it says general, these 4 units are not worth these 3 units' time. They need to rotate over here and help in the main battle where he's getting outnumbered. Remember, Epirus had a numbers advantage with the infantry. However, look how quickly these Massilian hoplites are making short work of all these enemy units. This was the key factor. And now, he's done a really good job with his Tarantines closing in and actually not letting the Thoreo spears fire. And this hoplite is actually going to bog them down, so this is super bad. These elephants are getting in for free and could potentially wrap this flank completely in favor of the Epirite forces. However, this Epirus Lancer is going to bog down the general. Oh, they are getting a couple of javelins on. He's got to hope that they rout. But like I said, are so many infantry units not doing anything over here that the numbers advantage was, for Epirus was able to get into the back lines and bog down these Thoreo spears, who are crucial to killing these elephants. They're getting some javelins off, but it's not the most amount of javelins here. They finally do run amok, and this is actually really good. Run amok into their own men, and this will give enough time for the Massilians to hopefully reorganize their lines. Meanwhile, this Massilian hoplite broke through, but all that's happening is getting cycle charged to oblivion by a Thessalian Cav. And these elephants are now going to run through their own men, but will rout this Thoreo spear, crucially. Because in the end, if there aren't any other units left on the field, the Thoreo spears were the ones that were going to kill these elephants. So if they're off the field, there's really not much opportunity to kill these elephants except for slingers, and they'll need a long time to do it. They're now under his control again. And a fight that was looking so good on this flank for Massilia is no longer at all in their favor, and that's crucial. However, these Massilian Thoreo spears are about to be freed up against this Thessalian Cav, and will be able to rain death on these 2 units. However, I think this cav will be able to block it and this hoplite. So yeah, Bobi had a good strat in mind, but ended up getting countered really nicely by Ichkeria, using his numbers advantage to blob down the 2 units, the only 2 units, mind you, that could do any damage. However, he is going to win the left flank, so let's see if he does have enough units left to kill these elephants, because in the late game, elephants are so powerful, but he is going to start to kite. He's got a couple, there's almost no cav left on the field for Epirus. That could be crucial. These 3 slingers can do a lot of damage, but this elephant, I feel like, could just wrap up the entire flank, because what's going to stop them? He needs to use this Epirus Lancer to kill these Italian swords, not that Massilia cav. Use the Epirus Lancer, it's a lot better. However, okay, he's going to have to commit his Epirus into here. Okay, I see what's happening here. Will be a decent charge. Oh, they got blobbed on the slingers. That's terrible. It's so unlucky. Now, if this Axe Warrior has ammo, he should use it against this Hellenic Royal Cav, and they might be able to win. He's going to do that here. Let's see if Ichkeria baits this javelin. I don't know if he will. Are they going to charge? Or are they just going to walk? Yeah, they are. Oh, the javelin volley does come off, but they were full HP. So this unit is dead. Meanwhile, the elephant's still reigning supreme. However, the general is crucially over here, so they could survive. If they come and wrap here, this unit needs to come over here and win this fight for them. It's still possible. These Massilian third spears should be going to square just to last longer. This Massilian hoplite will die to these Etruscan hoplites. But now another Massilian cav coming in here, and a crucial charge from these Epirus Lancers. He's got to trap. He's got to trap the general. That way the elephants could just be the last unit to rout, and they might just die by themselves. Slingers running away. Elephants are chasing. But crucially, this allows this entire flank to go for Massilia, and could end up being bad. However, the elephants are getting into the one place they really need to go, and that's into these Epirus Lancers. They'll escape though. You can just kite this Italian sword, and really needs to focus over here on the general. Meanwhile, the right flank of Bobi is routed, and the left flank is being blocked 3v1 against an Etruscan hoplite. Not what you need to do. Just leave the Celtic warrior in cycle charge in the back, and you'll win that really fast. So now they're going to focus down these elephants. I don't think the elephants have lost any men, but they soon will if they keep this up. There are still 190 kills, so really nice. This Italian sword is becoming useless, just chasing. That's really helpful. The elephants have gone amok and at a crucial time. Could they kill some of their own men here? Yeah, it looks like they might. A couple, perhaps. But it's not going to be terrible. What he needs to do now is, now the elephant's amok, he needs to clean up. Whoa. Sorry about that. He needs to clean up this side of the battlefield while the elephants are amok, and then come back and help his gen. This Etruscan hoplite's performing massive work, just sitting here, just not dying fast enough, and the elephants and the cav are soon to come. But this Hellenic Royal Cav, I fear the general's death. That would be, oh no, the general already died. But the elephants are not going to rout, obviously, so that looks like the general death did not actually end up being crucial. Once these elephants get into this blob, smart play from these Celtics, now pulling out. But there was never a need to blob so hard in the first place. He could have killed this unit and had a better line. He needs to pull this unit out, probably, and start preparing for these elephants. What can he do to stop these elephants? He needs his cav to go over here and help out, because his cav can be crucial, and just rear charging a couple units. Okay, so this unit died, these Etruscan hoplites. Another Etruscan hoplite, though, has come into the fray. And here come the elephants. I think these Celtics have a javelin volley, and that could be crucial. Just let them run them up, and then kill everything, and let the elephants be the last unit left. Needs to focus his general. Just stop and target the general right now. You get 2 volleys, and that could be enough to kill it, depending on their HP. Remember, they got javelined over here, and so 1 or 2 volleys from the slingers could do it, but I don't think he notices. Elephants come in. But crucially, they had a javelin volley, these Celtic warriors, and now these elephants are probably too weak to kill the hoplites. These are Massilian hoplites with the general here, with battle rhythm, and yeah, they're all gonna die. They were so low HP, these elephants, and they weren't able to complete the task at hand. These Celtic warriors did a beautiful job, killed 4 of their own elephants, and for that, they're almost at 2 XP. However, it's gonna be a battle of routing here. I don't think they have any more javelins, so a charge in here, I don't think will kill the elephants. Yeah, they just sacrificed their lives for nothing. But however, there are Celtic slingers in reserve. See, this is what I was talking about. Look, they're almost going to win this fight against these Hellenic Royal Cav. If they had gotten their 2 volleys off, they actually could have won this fight easily. However, over here, oh, these elephants are still alive. I can't believe it. However, this hoplite routs before this Massilian hoplite, and that's crucial, because there are 80 men in that unit. Now look, this Epirus Lancer, the Epirus Lancer can actually charge this Indian elephant, and with their bonus versus large, they can easily kick it out, although I think these elephants will just die. Yeah, they're just going to die to the combined fire and Massilia hoplites. And now they'll get charged in the rear. I think actually Epirus is going to lose. I'm so surprised at that. Actually, I think the elephants, I just didn't know they were so low HP. This won them the fight, because imagine if that Celtic warrior is not there. They just come in here and keep cycling through here and kill all these guys while the Massilian, the Etruscan hoplites just sit there and wait. Let's see if it's possible. Okay, 18 cav. What needs to happen is he needs to be able to take out these two guys, but countering that is this Epirus Lancer at 43, so there's literally no way Epirus can win. It was a really close game though. I'm actually surprised Massilia pulled it off. But to be fair, they did have the counter strat to start the game with the slingers and the better infantry and those two Thurio spears. And while it was really countered well from Ichkeria, it was always going to be a tough uphill battle for him to win. So he's got 99 men here, but they can't kill the 84 Massilian hoplites. Just gotta protect her. It's gonna focus the general down. Smart play. And yeah, that elephant survived into the late game, but wasn't enough to win. I think if he had killed the slingers earlier, you know, maybe with some cav flank or something, it might have been winnable. But I think Bobi played this really well actually. In the end, he left ammo. Like once his Thurios died, he knew he needed ammo on his infantry, his axe warriors and Celtic warriors, and by keeping them alive, he won them the fight like that, because able to kill those elephants. That was the only way he was to be able to. And he also did a good job of focusing the elephants with his slingers when possible. And that was really good. Like, look, the elephants still did a lot, but they needed to do more, because they were the only thing that was going to kill some of these elite infantry on the part of Bobi. And his cav also did really well, but a lot of these are cheap kills that ended up not being effective. Whereas Massilia just, like, rode the wave of their powerful hoplites. And their one Epirus did really good, the one that lasted at the end of the game, and their slingers. And crucially, of course, the Celtic warriors. This is the one that killed, of course, the elephants, because they had the chevrons. And that one unit really almost won the game and turned it in his favor. So really close game, really interesting. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.